My ever-faithful companion, Dark Magician!
Welcome along, fellow Dark Magician enthusiasts, to another deck profile. Joined here by chat after we had a nice win streak with Winged Dragon of Ra to finish it off. Very, very lovely. King of Games finally. Now, it does say 127 wins, but I did get 23 wins in the Turbo Duel, so the actual count for regular ranked duels is 104 wins to Cog. This month has been so brutal for DM. So brutal. Like, prime example, right here for our second duel in the win streak, branded. The Bestials are the biggest reason why DM is going to struggle a lot this month. And probably for the foreseeable future. Like, specifically with Master of the Dark and Chaos, you're going to struggle a lot because the Bestials are just going to banish your monsters left, right, and center and leave you with nothing. It hurts a lot, but they are beatable. They are 100% beatable. Does take a right amount of skill, right amount of, like, you know, hitting specific cards here and there, but it does work. Trust me. So, this month, I did use Master of the Dark and Chaos because I cogged with the Ivy Night Dragon last month. And, like, you know, gotta change it up. Probably not the best month to pick this skill. But I did pick it because the main new stuff that we got, not specifically DM in name, but Diabellstar, the Black Witch, is a level 7 Dark Spellcaster that can special summon itself easily by sending a card from hand or field to the graveyard. And you can set any Sinful Spoils spell or trap from your deck to your field. So you can set Wanted for follow-up. You can set Riciella for, you know, reducing the attack of your opponent's monsters and blowing them up if they hit 0. Or you also have Silvera, which is a negate, you know, target any card on the field and negate that card's effects. Very, very good against, like, you know, you can't negate any spells or traps. You got Silvera now. Silvera is an option there, and it's really, really good. You can make some really interesting end boards with the Diabellstar package, and because Diabellstar herself is a Dark Spellcaster, adds massively to the Dark Spellcaster count. Like, in this deck here, I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15 Dark Spellcasters with Wanted to top it off as a Searcher to make it 16. Very, very consistent. Now, as for the rest of the cards, 2 Illusion of Chaos. I dropped Illusion of Chaos to 2 purely because 3 Diabellstar. Like, you don't need as much Illusion of Chaos now that we have Diabellstar if you're playing 3. No, like, Illusion of Chaos still, good Searcher. But yeah, Diabellstar is just MVP here. So you don't really need 3 Illusion of Chaos. 1 Tomize, because you need the option to make Dragoon. 1 DMG, of course, because the skill requires it. Then we have our hand trap of choice, DD Crow, at 3. Now, I tried Droll. That didn't work well because Brandon can play through Droll quite easily. I tried Lancia. Never really came up. Plus, Brandon can actually play through that anyway. Like, all they can do, they can just, you know, do their fusion plays as normal, use Labellion and the Searing Dragon to, like, you know, shuffle back, and they just dodge whatever you've tried to do. So Lancia is not really an option there. DD Crow, however, is very, very good. I know some people in chat did suggest why not Ghost Spell. Like, you know, Ghost Spell is a good option. Ghost Spell's very, very good. Like, it hits a lot of aspects, but it's only once per turn. DD Crow can hit a lot of decks where you can, like, you know, target any card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. If your opponent is playing Bestials, though, you give them a free monster to banish, so they don't have to banish their own cards. That is the negative trade-off against Brandon specifically. But DD Crow still hits a lot of decks. I mean, it hits DM in the mirror match. It hits plants. It hits branded. It hits Stardust. Any deck that uses their graveyard, like, utilizes it well, DD Crow solves a lot. Oh, good question from Tutoru. Why no Sinful Spoils of Subversion? Discard. I didn't put this card... I don't know why I didn't put this card in at first. I think it was mainly because I didn't have really enough room for tech options. Like, what you could do, you could dump a DD Crow for Sinful Spores of Subversion Snake Eye and get yourself some free interruption going second. You know, force the opponent's monster into the back row, force them to negate Sinful Spores of Subversion Snake Eye or deal with it. It is a good card to use as interruption. So I didn't use it. I don't know. I really don't know why I didn't use it. Subconsciously, I was thinking like maybe not. I don't know. But if you can use it, do it. It's a very, very good card. Excellent, excellent card. But back to DD Crow. Yeah, DD Crow is just universally good against a lot of decks. I would recommend using this, but if you have some Ghost Spell, you want to try out Ghost Spell works out well too. We have 3 copies of Rod, need our Searcher, 3 copies of Souls, need our Summoner, 3 copies of the Ultimate Wizard, and hey, what can I say? He's the Ultimate Wizard. Can't say much else, but on a serious aspect, as many copies of DM as possible now that Bestials exist. Alright, if you have only 1 DM in rotation, your opponent banishes it with a Bestial, that's like your deck dies on the spot. So it's a problem. Don't run 1. Run at least 2. 3 if you can. 3 is good. For this skill specifically. We've got 1 of the Field Spell, 2 of Soul Servant, 1 Droplet. I was running 3 Droplet before, but adding in all the Sinful Spoil stuff did make me cut down Droplet a lot. Plus, I was facing Branded a lot and I needed an answer during their turn. So I did, like, you know, cut down Droplet for DD Crow so I could, like, try and play the game somewhat. But you can use more Droplet if you want. Droplet's good card. Then we have 1 Secrets, 1 Circle, 1 Dark Magic Attack. Nice spell. Love it. And we have the Eternal Soul. You know, live and die by the Eternal Soul. And for our extra deck, it has not changed whatsoever since the last time I used Master of Dark and Chaos. We have Dragon Master Knight, Dragoon, Master of Chaos, the Dark Magicians, Chaos Angel, Superstar Slayer Typhon Sky Crisis, Nightmare Unicorn, Underworld Goddess, and IP Masquerader. In all honesty, I honestly would say the Dark Magicians could be replaced by the Great Double Caster. Yeah, it is an option, like, you know, for going second, 4500 direct attack. It works like if your opponent negates Ultimate Fusion, or they try to get rid of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, you can just make the Great Double Caster with Secrets and DM. So there is that option, because like I did try using the Dark Magicians as like a going first combo piece when I didn't have Tamias, but I don't know if it really benefited me that much. That being said, I do love this card. I do love this card because sometimes you can just go some battle phase shenanigans and just, like, you know, attack, and then, like, you know, fuse and attack again for game sort of thing. It's very, very nice. I don't mind this card, but I can totally understand if some people want to use the Great Double Caster. Yeah, that's really about it to say about this deck. There's not really a whole lot other than I do think the Ivynight Dragon is going to have a much better time at playing the game than this skill, purely because it dumps DMG into the grave. And, like, you know, you have to send monsters to the grave in order to get your play started. Whereas the Ivynight Dragon just puts monsters on your field and dodges all that. So it's rough, but it's doable. It's still playable. Like, it will take quite a bit of grinding, but it is still very, very playable. I have no clue as to what Konami could possibly be planning next for DM, but the best thing about Diabellstar being in the game is that DM is now future-proofed. The moment Azamina shows up, which, like, you know, full-on archetype Azamina, as well as Dark Magician of Destruction, once D-Mod shows up, Diabellstar becomes one of the best starters. We can summon Diabellstar, banish it, and then, like, summon D-Mod, like, you know, keep your plays going. It's like, DM has been future-proofed with Diabellstar's addition. It's really, really good. This deck felt very good to play. I feel like there was definitely a lot of synergies here that I just absolutely loved. Yeah, not really a whole lot to say about it. So, yeah, hope you guys are able to, like, you know, play this month and not get pistoled all the time. Keep an eye out for those pistols. But yeah, with that all being said, ladies and gents, thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.